Okay, this exercise is called 3D matrix, pelvic and hand driver, feet flat on floor. So what you're going to do is put yourself into certain pre-positions, and you're going to drive your pelvis forward to back in the sagittal plane, side to side in the frontal plane, and in rotation. Okay, so you're just going to step forward. Not a big step, because you want to still have motion left to give. And then like a swing set, you're going to swing your pelvis back to forward 3 times, side to side 3 times, and rotate 3 times. So side to side could be like a seesaw, and then rotate could be like a chubby checker twist. So you can put your hands on your hips like I am if it reminds you to have your hip be the driver. So when I say your pelvis is the driver, that means it starts the motion. So if you start swinging and all of a sudden you're driving your hands and we want your hip to be there, you could always have your hands on your pelvis. Then after you've driven your hip, you're going to take your hands and do the same thing. Forward and back 3 times. Side to side 3 times. So again, the hands are the driver. Now the rest of my body's going to move because I'm a chain reaction, but the motion starts here and here, and then rotate. So the motion's starting with my hands. Great, then I'm just going to go the other way. So I'm going to take you through each position, but not through all the reps. Okay, so front to back, side to side, again, hands on hip if it helps, rotation, and then hands. Front to back, side to side, rotation. So after you step forward, the next thing you're going to want to do is step back. So it's important when you step back, if there was a line here right where my center of gravity is, that I step behind that line. Not like that. So everything's still here. So I want to step back and kind of sit back a little bit. And then again, pelvis goes front to back, side to side, twist, and then hands. Front to back, side to side, twist. And then I would step the other foot back. Pelvis goes front to back, side to side, twist, hands, front to back, side to side, twist. So that's the sagittal plane. We're done. Front to back. Now we have the frontal plane. We're going to go side to side. So remember, when you do these motions, anything and everything can move. Your foot can collapse, your knee can drive, your heels can pop off the ground, your hands, your head, everybody and anybody can move. So sideways is I'm going to step sideways. Now the key is I want to step and load into the leg that I'm stepping into. So sideways step that does that, again, my center of gravity didn't go with me, so I need that to go. Great. And front to back, side to side, rotate, and then hands. Front to back, side to side, so you do 3 or 4 or 5 repetitions or whatever we said. Then you go the other way. Front to back, side to side, rotate, front to back, side to side, rotate. Now what you're going to want to do is bring this foot across to load that hip. Now, if you can't make it that far, you just bring the foot up and start to creep across to where you can go. And if you can't creep across at all, then just bring the foot up again in front. So I'm going to do it to the extent of the position that would be optimal. You don't have to worry about that. You find your success points. So I would go over here, and then I would go front to back, side to side, rotate, front to back, side to side, rotate. So then the other way, again, I could start here, and I'm just starting to creep that leg over. You see how that's making my hip flex? So whatever you can do, and if you go here and you can't even creep at all, then that's fine. Just eventually, we're going to restore the motion to a point where you can be here. Pelvis first. Front to back, side to side. Rotate, hands. Front to back, side to side. Rotate. Great. So we've done the sagittal plane, which is front to back. We've done the frontal plane, which is side to side, so we're working in the 3 dimensions. And then the transverse plane is when we rotate. Around to the left, around to the right. So I'm going to rotate around. So I've twisted now by stepping here. This is now front for me because my pelvis is now rotated. Front to back, side to side, rotate. Notice my knees are moving, my ankles are moving. Front to back, side to side, rotate. Let's do the other side. So I just come around. Again, I'm going to kind of want to go in the position that I'm loading to. Front to back, side to side, rotate. Front to back, side to side, rotate. Perfect. One position left. You're going to hook. So again, you can start this by creeping. You're just going to start to creep around. And as soon as you start to hook around or creep around, every time you creep around, that's going to ask this pelvis in the back here to rotate more and more. You find the position where you're successful. Once you're there, again, you drive front to back, side to side, and rotate, and then hands. Front to back, side to side, rotate. And then I'm going to creep around to the other side. There you go. Pelvis. Front to back, side to side, rotate, then hands. Front to back, side to side, rotate. Done. So remember again, it's always important to find your success point, which means that whatever position I'm in, I still have motion left to give. That's critical. And number two, that I don't hurt or use up all of that motion ahead of time. So there's nothing left. So there's no prizes for blasting into a position. Find where you can comfortably go, and believe it or not, that'll eventually allow you to go into those positions that you might currently struggle with. So find your success point.